Long live Bitcoin. Let's freaking go. In today's show, I'll be breaking down the latest technical analysis as Bitcoin fake out repeats as the price spikes to $31,000 and only 11.5% of the Bitcoin supply is left on the exchanges, the lowest it's been in over 5 years. And breaking news, Jack Dorsey to block his company blocked to launch a complete set of Bitcoin mining hardware and software by early next year. And as pointed out, more breaking news, $7.2 trillion asset manager Vanguard now owns $560 million worth of Bitcoin mining stock split between Riot and Marathon. And quoting Max Kaiser, this is why Satoshi disappeared. He knew the power of the money and banking cartel he disrupted. In summary, execution and infinite incarceration. Also in today's show, Bitcoin exchanges now hold the same Bitcoin supply share as in late 2017, as well as BlackRock Bitcoin ETF could unlock $30 trillion worth of wealth, according to Bloomberg analysts. We'll also be discussing macro guru Raoul and his Ethereum all-time high prediction for this year in 2023, as well as BRICS planning to replace the US dollar with a new trading currency backed by gold. I'll be breaking down this latest report, as well as Bitcoin will explode to $120,000 next year in 2024 as the US dollar will die, according to Rich Dad Robert Kiyosaki. We'll also be taking a look at the overall crypto market. All this, plus so much more, in today's show. And if you're just joining us and new to the channel, make sure to smash that subscribe button and ring that bell to turn on notifications to receive daily premium crypto news alerts every single day, just like this. And welcome to y'all just tuning in. This is pod number 1338. I'm your host, JV. Happy Tuesday, July 11th, 2023. Checking out the market. We were pumping here this morning and now we're correcting back in the red, but maintaining above 30,500, which I love to see, only down 0.3% for the day. We also have ETH slightly correcting back under $1,900, while BNB and Solana remains in the green. And checking out coinmarketcap.com, the current crypto market cap is sitting just under $1.2 trillion with roughly 32 billion in volume in the past 24 hours, with the Bitcoin dominance back on the climb at 50%, with the Ether dominance at 19% even. And checking out the top 100 crypto gainers in the past 24 hours, wrapped Bitcoin up 11.5%, trading above 30,500, obviously right in alignment with the regular Bitcoin price, followed by Compound up almost 11%, trading above 66 bucks, followed by Aave up 2%, trading above $73. And checking out the top 100 crypto gainers for the past week, lo and behold, we have Scamcoin, the native token of the FTX exchange, up over 20%. Very interesting. And then we have Comp up over 10% and a sea of coins correcting and in the red. And checking out the Crypto Greed and Fear Index, we're currently rated a 57 in greed. Yesterday a 56, last week a 64, and last month a 47, which is neutral. And again, welcome y'all just joining us. Make sure to say hello and let us know where you're tuning in from in the live chat or in the main comment section below in this video. As towards the end of the show, we will be doing a live Q&A as we do each and every day here on the channel. Now let's dive into today's Bitcoin technical analysis and check out the charts and what is popping with the King Crypto. And let me know if you're currently bullish, FYI. Now, Bitcoin staged a fresh breakout attempt into July 11th as the battle for the yearly highs stayed hot, as we can see here in the Bitcoin 1 hour candle chart. And FYI, the current high in the past 13 months is 31,500. Now, data from Cointelegraph Market Report and TradingView showed Bitcoin price briefly passing 31,000 before the July 10th daily close, in a copycat move, seemingly with last week's snap higher for inspiration, when Bitcoin managed to approach the resistance before momentum waned, subsequently falling back over $800. Interestingly enough. Now, some for the continuation did set in thereafter, and at the time of this article was published, we were trading at 30,500, precisely where we're currently at. And quoting crypto analyst Mikhail Van de Poppe, the market just continues chopping. Bitcoin had a leverage crunch in the past 24 hours, taking out the all-time highs and going back to the start in one go. The only difference between now and Thursday, no new lows have been made. 30,200 supporting, don't get chopped out. And also, Crypto Dan shared that this Bart Simpson style chart featured from before, where the Bitcoin price would spike to a plateau and then hold, only to retrace the full run. And currently, Bart has been replaced with a structure reminiscent of the Burj Khalifa. If I'm pronouncing this right, I take it is a massive skyscraper, maybe in somewhere like Dubai. Please do clarify with me in the comments below. Meanwhile, the trader and analyst Rec Capital flagged 30,600 as the level we need to flip, quoting him here. Bitcoin is now pressing past the 30,600 ascending triangle resistance, but it is key to note Bitcoin has pressed past this level before only to form an upside wick. So Bitcoin needs to turn the 30,600 into support in the coming days for Bitcoin to confirm its breakout, and Bitcoin nonetheless remained in a familiar range in play for multiple weeks. In the latest edition of the weekly newsletter, on-chain analytics platform Glassnode stated the following: Bitcoin data often displays strangely repetitive pattern cycle after cycle. In the 2021-2022 cycle, the 30,000 price level formed somewhat of a midpoint, as was tested several times both from above and below. A very similar level was observed in 2013 to 2016 around the 425 level, and again in 2018 and 2019 at approximately $6,500. And Glassnode then added that reaccumulation was the tag that best fits the nature of the current Bitcoin price action. And as on-chain analyst William Clemente points out here, there is only 11.5% of the Bitcoin supply left on the exchanges, the lowest in over 5 years. Bitcoin supply shock. Let's go. And breaking news, Jack Dorsey's block to launch a complete set of Bitcoin mining hardware and software early next year. And as pointed out here, breaking news, $7.2 trillion asset manager Vanguard now owns $560 million, which is over $500 million worth of Bitcoin mining stock, split up between Riot and Marathon. So I guess they're the second largest asset manager in the world, considering BlackRock is the largest at over 10 trillion. And as Max shares, this is why Satoshi disappeared. He knew the power of the money and banking cartel. He disrupted, in summary, execution and infinite incarceration. And this was in response to Ross Albright, as a young college kid, got 2 life sentences plus 40 years for starting a website, Silk Road, where other people sold drugs, the overwhelming majority of which was weed. And then Miss Maxwell trafficked thousands of children who were raped by celebrities and politicians. And meanwhile, she didn't get multiple life sentences, right? So it just goes to show you. But as Max pointed out, I believe it couldn't be any more true. He also says that XRP and ETH are doomed and that Bitcoin is untouchable. Hashtag get 'em Gary. Well, there you have it. Now let's discuss our next story of the day, and that's a Bitcoin supply shock as the supply continues to get more scarce, in the sense we have less mining rewards which are going to occur for the Bitcoin halving, which is set to be roughly 9 months out in early 2024, and the supply on the exchanges, as I just pointed out, continues to dwindle as the demand continues to increase. When you have a limited supply with a growing demand, what happens to the price? Numbers go up. You already know. So let's break this baby down. Here we go. Bitcoin held on the exchanges is down to where it was at the 2017 Bitcoin price all-time highs. That's right. Tracked by on-chain analytics firm Glassnode, the latest figures show less than 12% of the Bitcoin supply now resides in exchange wallets. Bitcoin returned to exchanges during the 2023 Bitcoin price upside, during which Bitcoin more than doubled from the cycle lows. And as of July 10th, 11.5% of the available Bitcoin supply currently lies in known exchange wallets labeled by Glassnode. The number has not been this low since mid-December 2017, when Bitcoin hit its previous all-time high of almost $20,000. Can you say deja vu? So in Bitcoin terms, exchange balances are back to where they were in March 2018, with known wallets holding a total of 2.252 million BTC as of yesterday, July 10th. Now, taking Coinbase as an example, Joe Burnett, head analyst at mining firm Blockware, noted Bitcoin balances had more than halved since the March 2020 cross-market crash. Quoting him here, "The exchanges are being drained," he concluded in a part of a recent Twitter commentary, adding that he considered Bitcoin as on the cusp of true price discovery, and as reported, expectations of a Bitcoin price squeeze coming as a result of the declining supply and increasing buyer demand have risen in step with expectations that the U.S. may soon approve a Bitcoin spot ETF. Other advancements, notably artificial intelligence, should produce a similar effect over time. Decreasing exchange balances, meanwhile, continue as the number of Bitcoin well entities, those with a large wallet balance outside the exchanges, have seen an uptick, and around 40 new whales have appeared since late April, and on July 7th, their numbers hit their highest since the FTX meltdown in November of last year. A curious exception to the exchange outflow trend comes in the form of mining pool pooling, which continues to send vast trenches of Bitcoin to Binance. So there you have it. And now for the latest evolving around BlackRock and the spot Bitcoin ETF, which I know is on everyone's mind right now. There could be $30 trillion in institutional money flowing into cryptocurrency, and especially the king, BTC. So let's break this down. And if you're bullish surrounding BlackRock spot ETF in the United States finally being approved, let me know in the comments. Here we go. 30 trillion worth of capital could suddenly unlock for the Bitcoin market. Whoa, could you imagine Bitcoin's market caps surpassing 30 trillion, considering today we're at roughly 600 billion? I know I can. But anyways, that's if the spot ETF is approved by the SEC. According to Bloomberg ETF analyst Eric Balchunas, that is the estimated amount of assets controlled by the financial advisors in the US who would be willing to get the exposure to Bitcoin through a regulated ETF. Quoting him here, ETF is the format in which the boomers and the financial advisors prefer their investments delivered in. BlackRock's app for a Bitcoin spot ETF last month sparked a new wave of optimism, I'd call that a frenzy, right, around the crypto market, which led other firms such as ARK Invest, Valkyrie, and Fidelity to file their own apps for Bitcoin ETF. The involvement of BlackRock, the world's largest asset manager, was enough to raise the chances of a Bitcoin spot ETF approval from 1 to 50%, according to Balchunas. Quoting him here, they are very smart and they just don't throw filings out willy-nilly. They clearly see something out there that they think can get through the regulators. Facts. Now, to find out more, if you're interested in watching this interview Cointelegraph did with Eric Balchunas entitled Analyst's Honest Opinion on the BlackRock ETF, 30 trillion in new assets, check the show notes below the video in the description. Now let's discuss another massive prediction, this time coming from the macro guru, Raoul. He is predicting a new Ethereum price all-time high this year in 2023. So let's break this down, then we'll dive into the latest news surrounding the BRICS, a gold-backed currency, followed by the $120,000 price prediction that Robert Kiyosaki just shared, literally most recently, and then we'll do our live Q&A. And again, welcome to y'all just tuning in. So here we go. Real Vision CEO Raoul predicts the smart contract platform Ether will hit new all-time highs before the end of the year. In a new post, the former Goldman Sachs exec says that a strong performing NASDAQ 100, which is the NDX, is likely to hit a new all-time high within 5 months alongside Ethereum. Quoting him here, we think the NDX may get to new all-time highs by November. The same applies to Ethereum. The NDX continues to outperform current liquidity conditions. This also happened in the past in 2019. For example, you can't hold the beach ball underwater for long. The NDX will also tend to outperform. Powell says that the NDX is likely to keep climbing on the back of secular trends like the emergence of AI and a weakening US dollar. Quoting him here, remember, NDX equals debasement plus secular trend. And at this time, we have Ether trading just under $1,900, and the all-time high, which was reached back on November 10th of 2021, was just shy of $4,900. So we could, round up and just say 5,000 for the sake of round numbers, right? The macro guru is also watching the performance of the US dollar index, which is the DXY, which compares the American currency versus a bucket of other fiats. Powell says that the DXY is likely to break its support at 100 in the coming months, which he notes will boost the performance of risk-on assets like Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. As he shares here, our base case at Global Macro Investor is that we are trading within a larger symmetrical triangle. A break of 100 likely means the next stop is 90, which we expect to play out over the next 12 to 18 months as the business cycle starts to bottom. A broadly supportive environment for risk assets. Dollar weakness is not the only thing that matters for risk assets and crypto markets, but looking back, it is a pretty big plus. So there you have it. Let me know if you agree or disagree with the macro guru. And also, I got to ask the question, if you agree and you think Ether is likely to break out and hit roughly 5,000 this year, where do you think that will lead Bitcoin, considering a rising tide rises all ships? You know what I mean? So I think if Ether was to hit a new all-time high this year, which many analysts are not expecting, then I would also anticipate Bitcoin hitting a new all-time high. But that's just me just saying. Let me know your honest thoughts in the comments right down below. Now for the latest revolving around BRICS. The economic alliance of nations known as BRICS is reportedly preparing to introduce a new currency. Wouldn't that be so cool if it was Bitcoin? But that's designed to dethrone the US dollar. According to RT, the new trading currency of BRICS will be backed by gold, a standard that used to define the US dollar over 100 years ago. The currency is set to be unveiled in August during the 15th BRICS summit in South Africa. South Africa, let's go. Shout out to Selling with Twins. Quoting them here, BRICS is set to introduce a new currency backed by gold in contrast to the credit-backed US dollar, with the decision coming a month ahead of the bloc summit in Johannesburg. With the growing initiative, more and more countries are lining up to join the group. Now, Russia's embassy in Kenya has sent out a viral tweet touting the development. Quoting them here, the BRIC countries are planning to introduce a new trading currency, which will be backed by gold. More and more countries recently expressed a desire to join BRICS. That's a fact. Earlier in the month, the chief financial officer of the BRICS New Development Bank, Leslie Masdorp, reportedly said that the economic coalition has medium to long-term ambitions to create a new global currency and challenge the supremacy of the US dollar. And at this time, however, she also said that BRICS was not yet prepared to establish a currency that would compete against the US dollar. And last month, a senior Russian official reportedly said about 20 nations are lining up to join BRICS, which is currently made up of Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa, hence the acronym BRICS. So there you have it. What do you think this currency is likely to be, which will allegedly be backed by gold? Let me know your thoughts in the comments right down below. And now let's discuss the moment you have all been waiting for, the latest from Rich Dad Robert Kiyosaki and his $120,000 price prediction right on the back of Standard Chartered Bank's $120,000 prediction for 2024, which I did cover in yesterday's episode. If you missed it, be sure to check it out after today's show. But yeah, massive shout out to Rich Dad. Here we go. Robert Kiyosaki, the American investor, motivational speaker, and author of the classic Rich Dad Poor Dad, forecasted a grim future for the US dollar, advising people to focus on precious metals and Bitcoin. He believes Bitcoin can skyrocket to $120,000 in 2024. Send it. Let's freaking go. The leading British banking institution, Standard Chartered, as I shared yesterday in yesterday's show, also thinks the asset can reach that milestone by next year. And note, they are an $800 billion-dollar company. Now, South Africa will host leaders of Brazil, Russia, India, and China, group countries known as BRICS, which I mentioned in the previous article, in August of this year to discuss the possible creation of a new currency. Kiyosaki expects the nations to introduce the new crypto backed by gold, which could harm the American dollar. Here's what he had to say on crypto Twitter very early this morning at 2:26 a.m. Pretty interesting for a baby boomer to be up at that time, but just saying. Anyways, quoting him, August 22nd, 2023 in Johannesburg, South Africa, BRICS nations announced gold-backed crypto. The US dollar will die. Trillions of US dollars rush home. Inflation through the roof. Buy gold, silver, Bitcoin to $120,000 next year. Now, just a question. Why would you even buy gold or silver if you're convinced Bitcoin's going to hit 120,000 next year? I'd just be all in on Bitcoin, but that's just me, just saying. He urged consumers to invest in gold and silver as protection measure. Like his previous statement, he touched upon Bitcoin seeing it rise to 120,000 next year, the year of the halving. Kiyosaki, who was amongst the few to forecast the 2008 economic collapse, believes that Bitcoin is the right investment tool in times of severe financial crash or inflation. Let me know if you agree with Rich Dad. He argued in April 2020 that the Fed's mass printing during the COVID pandemic could be beneficial for precious metals and Bitcoin, calling them best investments. Recall that the leading digital asset was only trading at roughly $6,800 at that time. In fact, after, as I call it, Novid, Bitcoin dropped to roughly 3,000. That was an excellent buying opportunity. And he remained a Bitcoin proponent during the 2022 bear market, recommending to investors that it was a great opportunity to BTFD, buy that freaking dip. Now, let's also discuss the recent prediction he shared of 500,000 per Bitcoin by 2025. Kiyosaki criticized the US dollar once again in February, describing it as fake money. Facts. He envisioned that the undermined trust in the world's reserve currency could push investors towards Bitcoin, gold, and silver, like we're already witnessing, right? As a result, he believes Bitcoin can reach $500,000 per coin by 2025. Only 2 years away, fam. Whereas the yellow metal and silver can tap 5,000 and 500 respectively. He also labeled Bitcoin as people's money while naming the precious metals God's money. I love that. Now, others like MicroStrategy's executive chairman, Michael Saylor, and ARK Invest CEO Cathie Wood have predicted an even brighter future for the king crypto, suggesting the Bitcoin price can hit $1 million, albeit within a different time frame. I believe ARK Invest Cathie Wood predicts that $1 million mark by the year 2030, just FYI. And similar to Rich Dad, Wood opined that a digital asset is a huge hedge against inflation. Facts. She also thinks it could be employed against deflation and counterparty risks. Let me know if you agree or disagree with Rich Dad Robert Kiyosaki, as well as Michael Saylor and ARK Invest Cathie Wood. And with that being shared, fam, now let's dive into today's live Q&A. Welcome to each and every one of you today in the live chat. Make some noise. Let me know who is tuned in live and where you're tuning in from. Alan Osborne, good to see you, fam. Gary Nowicki, welcome. Bitcoin Maximus, Matthew J, what's poppin'? Barry, what's good? Good to see you, fam. Sailing with Twins, South Africa in the building. Robert O'Connor, welcome. Digital Orgy in the building. Nico K, Form Eddie, what's good? Good to see you. I'm sorry, that's From Eddie. There we go. Will Stopson versus the Guru, welcome. Zing Dai, welcome. Alan Haley, welcome. Bart DeBellis, welcome. Nathan Roth, welcome. Jens Peter Bond from Denmark, welcome. Bjorn Dejan from Sweden, welcome. Good to see you. Holland in the building. Shout out to Amsterdam, one of my favorite places in the world. Nathan Roth, that is right. This is episode number 1338. Could you believe it? Let's go. Adam 2, welcome, fam. We got a lot of people in the live chat. I greatly appreciate that. Mike Me was good. Michael V was good. Bitcoin price is good. Amen. I'll second that. I appreciate you, Jeff S, tuning in as well. Welcome back. Eric Drummond, good to see you, fam. Pleasure. Volkman in the building. Good to see y'all. And as you see, the Bitcoin game theory is absolutely in full effect. T. Lu 2 says 100,000 by Christmas 2024. I say, why not 100,000 this year by Christmas 2023? Send it and let's freaking go. Kelvin, there's nothing better than proof of work. Satoshi was heaven sent. God of all gods. Don't take offense, religious people. Word up, Kelvin. I totally feel your passion and conviction in Bitcoin. One love. What's cracking in the house is that. Make some noise and smash that like button. I greatly appreciate that as it helps out tremendously with the YouTube algorithm every time you smash the like for each and every episode, and as well as drop a comment in the main comment section below the video. And of course, if you're new to the channel, you have to subscribe and hit the bell icon to turn on all notifications. That way you get notified each and every day when I go live, as I tend to go live at different times just to keep you on your toes. And besides the fact, I just want to get as much traffic as possible to the show, and YouTube gives us the recommended time frame to go live when you're doing a live stream, which is kind of cool. Kelvin, what's good? Big ups to Crypto News Alerts. I greatly appreciate that. Stizzle in the building. Good to see you, fam. Says Rich Dad, Richer Dad coming up. That is what's up. Cient says, not sure how I feel about Rob. He's kind of hit or miss. Are you talking about Kiyosaki? He's been very consistent talking about the dollar crash. That's one thing that is for sure. He did predict the 2008 economic crisis. Matic has been going up nice today. She has been strong, says Sailing with Twins. That's what's up. Only have 3 alts, ETH, Cardano, and Matic, says Sailing with Twins. Sailing with Twins, 90% BTC. That's what's up, fam. Yes, I got some Matic, says Baz Dragon. I have a few altcoins, but I am underwater with them. And when alt season comes, there is a profit. I'm trading most of them for BTC. Thank you for sharing, fam. 31,000 by the end of the show. We're not so far out. $399 away, so let's pump it. If you'd like to see a 31,000 price action before the end of today's live Q&A session, put a 1 in the live chat. Let's see if we can make that turn into fruition. The more people that see the show from the more interaction, guess what? The more likely people are going to be bullish on the king, naturally, as they should be. So do keep that in mind. Zingai, good evening from Cambodia. How's it going? It's going quite well. I appreciate you tuning in from that side of the world. Shout out to Cambodia. I've never been there, but would love to visit, as I know it's one of the sacred places on earth. Faux show, says Adam Roth. Let's freaking go, fam, says Adam 2. Let's go. 30,600. Rocket ship to the moon. Send it. Going to be nice to see us clear 31.4 without any hitch. Amen. I hope you're right. Let's go. You already know. Satwise Jenks, good will never work for BRICS, but Bitcoin for them is inevitable. So you feel eventually they will adopt it as the world reserve currency. Wouldn't that be something? You know, they can't stop it. I mean, why? It's perfect money. Why wouldn't they? Makes you really wonder, right? Will says, good morning from Australia. Good morning, JV. Good morning from down under there, fam. Appreciate you tuning in today. Barry from Holland, welcome. Good to see you. Bjorn from Sweden. It's awesome to have fam here from all over the world. Much love, much respect. Jens Peter Bond is from Denmark. Denmark in the building. Will says, time to get active. The water and 420 while we watch BTC. Do what it do, fam. Love to hear it. Rocky Mountain High, Colorado, baby. Baby. Hello from Virginia, USA. Virginia in the building. Maximus, good to see you, my brother. Always a pleasure. Inflation data drops tomorrow. Oh, is that right? The 12th. We'll be on watch for that. I'll be letting you know. Had some stuff going on. Sick kid, but better now. The AC went out. Had to get that fixed. Lost my passphrase on one of my accounts. No way. Lost 1.5 Bitcoin, says Matthew J. Sorry to hear that. I hope that's only temporary and you figure it out. A suggestion, if you can't remember a passphrase, the power of the mind. Everything is embedded into the unconscious, like the Akashic records. If you can find a good hypnotist, he may be able to help you retrieve what that password was before you couldn't remember it. And I believe anything is possible because that's how powerful the unconscious mind is. So just an idea, might help, might not, but I just wanted to share that with you, fam. Hi, I like weed, says from Eddie. Who doesn't? Just saying. Anyways, I like Bitcoin. Me too. You said that? Word? Yeah. Let's rock it, JV. OG in the building. Appreciate that, Nico K. Appreciate your support. Oh, Matthew says, no, it's on Meme Pool. Okay. I love the NSA. I mean, Bitcoin, says Digital Orgy. That's my donation to all of y'all. Lost my passphrase equals donation. That's right. Satoshi once said that. When Bitcoin is lost, consider it a donation to all the Bitcoiners in the network. Stacking Bitcoin Cash for spot ETF approval gains, not because I believe in the coin. Interesting, Robert O'Connor. Thank you for sharing. Appreciate you tuning in as well. You're telling me I'm hoping someday I can access it. I have the seed phrase. I just need the password and passphrase. The one I thought it wasn't working. Was it a passphrase you once remembered in your head, or was it always written down and you just can't figure out where you wrote it down? Let me know. Maybe we can get to the bottom of it. Where there is a will, there is a way, as they say. Gold isn't very scarce and is easily manipulated. Gold-backed currency will fail again. I agree. They could find as much gold as they want. All they have to do is put more resources into mining it. Double the resources, you will double the supply of what is mined. I don't know the exact numbers, but hypothetically say they could add 10 to 20% of the gold supply each and every year if they choose to do so. So there is nothing as finite like Bitcoin because there's a 21 million finite limited supply. Gold, like I said, and precious metals, they will just continue to discover more for the next several hundred years, potentially thousands of years. So it's not even in the same ball game. You know what I mean? Bitcoin at 90,000 by the end of the year. Send it, Barry. Would love to see that here personally. Matthew, who knows in the future? Just hold on to it, mate. I hope not, Barry. I'm starting all over with stacking. Well, we're hoping you get this recovered, fam. Saw some Russian granny stomping dollar bills with her high heels, chanting, what the? Are you serious? Where was this? Is this in South Africa, fam? Enlighten me. Next generation politicians will send fiat. What's up, JV? Says K Rageous. Word up. Good to see ya. And it's not Z as in Jay-Z. It's V as in JV. Not to be confused with the rapper, Jigga Man. Just FYI. You have to diversify, JV, says Greedy. What's good? Does Kiyosaki have any credibility left when it comes to Bitcoin? Just asking. I think so, Alan. He has been a Bitcoin advocate for quite a while now, before the 2020, Novid. So, for that sake, he's been bullish on it back when it was 6,000 ballpark, and today we're at 30,000. He's still bullish on it. Yeah, granted, we haven't hit the, outrageously high six-figure mark yet. We all know it's coming. Just because, we haven't done it yet doesn't mean it's never going to happen. In fact, realistically, I think there is a great probability we hit six figures. If not by 2024, then absolutely by 2025, but that's my two Satoshis. Let me know what you guys think. Accumulation to jubilation. Bitcoin dollar cost average all the way. Let's go, says Gary. Word up, Gary. Appreciate you tuning in. Appreciate you supporting the channel. Much love. Big ups. England in the building. Greedy from the Bay Area. California in the house. West Side. What's up? Smash that like button for the Crypto News Alerts fam. Thank you, Maximus. Is going into deflation. Will print stimulus soon. Will be 6 months behind than us. Could be the stimulus, spot ETF and halving all in Q1 or Q2 of next year. It does seem like to be the perfect storm is being engineered right now. I totally agree with Rich Dad. 120,000 is doable. 100% Tommy Boy. We all know that is possible. The question is by when. I think it's not as probable to happen this year, but I think his prediction next year is absolutely a great target. And as I mentioned just earlier, if it doesn't happen by 2024, I feel it's a shoo-in for 2025. And that's just being conservative. I'm also hopeful that we can have a blow-off top that could surpass 200,000 by the year 2025. Anything is possible. We shall soon see. VET and Algo from Cambodia, bro. Word up. Are you bullish on, is that VeChain and Algorand? I know Mr. Scaramucci is very bullish on Algorand as well. And speaking of macro guru Raoul, who is predicting that all-time high Ethereum price surpassing roughly 5,000 this year, he's also a big holder of Solana. According to his own interview in a podcast, he holds 80% of his portfolio in SOL, Solana. Yeah. For some reason, he doesn't hold much Bitcoin, which is mind-boggling if you're to ask me. But hey, that's Raoul for you. Oakland, California in the house. Word up. Oakland, California. I remember the Oakland A's was one of my favorite baseball teams as a child. I used to love Ricky Henderson. He used to have he got inducted into the Hall of Fame for stealing bases. And I got to actually, I visited a friend's house in Arizona a few years back, and he's the neighbor to Ricky Henderson. I'm like, did you know Ricky Henderson was like my baseball role model when I was a child, like talking 7, 8 years old, and it was so cool. I didn't get to meet Ricky, but I was right next to where he lives, so I thought that was kind of cool. What's up? One Glenn Coe, Bear the Bull, big fan. Appreciate that, Bear the Bull. Much love and respect. Not sure we should even be focused on this price target right now when we can't even stay above 31,000 for 5 minutes. Come on now. That's right. This isn't a short-term price prediction tomorrow. This 120,000 prediction is by next year. Over, was that 365 days from now? Anything is possible in Bitcoin, fam. You already know. Hence, Baz Dragon, what's up? Jase84, what's poppin'? Can't comprehend the vid while live using YouTube app on Android. Oh, can't comment. That's not good. It's weird. Even on my iPhone, I can bring up the chat, but it's weird. If I just naturally, when you go to the video, the chat doesn't naturally appear. And if you click on live chat, it doesn't appear. It says it's been moved. But if you keep tinkering with it, it just eventually pops up. It is very weird. By a show of hands, if you're using a mobile device, put a 1 in the live chat. And if you're using a computer or television, put a 2 in the live chat. That way I can understand how much of my live audience is on a phone or mobile device versus a computer or a television. That would help me better understand. Absolute Fraudster says Charles Hoskinson is the biggest weasel in crypto. How many of you believe what Absolute Fraudster just shared? Obviously, he is the creator of Cardano ADA. Yeah, or ADA, if you didn't know. Barry put a 1 in the chat. Good to note. Mobile device. Kelvin put a 1. Robert put a 1. Matthew put a 1. Sailing put 1 love. I'm going to take that as a 1. We hear you, bruh. Baz put a 1. Word up. I don't know what country those flags are because they're so tiny. It looks like Sweden. What's up? Precise Audio Blog. ADA hodlers have bought into sales pitches by someone with a high school diploma. Cardano is the biggest nothing project in crypto. Let us know if you agree. Precise put a 1. So it seems the majority of you are on your mobile device, and none of y'all have problems commenting or you wouldn't be in the live chat. So is there a trick? If you could enlighten somebody on how to comment on their mobile device, what would you advise to help out someone who can't? Let us know. My MetaMask got hacked. Oh, no way. Yeah, I don't trust MetaMask whatsoever either. One Glencoe, shout out from Reston, Virginia here. Shout out to Virginia. Precise for real, Rock. Yeah. Rock Akash says, what's your prediction on Shiba's ecosystem? I don't really follow the meme coins so much, just being honest. So I know nothing about Shiba. I'm not really a fan. It's interesting nonetheless, these meme coins, but I don't have any predictions on it. I don't even know any influencers who have predictions on it, like legitimate influencers in the crypto sphere. Like nobody I follow or that we cover on a regular basis has ever made a SHIB prediction. It's kind of like the lower level influencers, people just trying to, come up quick that are more concerned with that. So I don't have any thoughts, but if anyone else has a prediction on Shiba here in the live chat, I'm happy to read that out loud. What is the price right now? Let's start there. Let us know. And where do you feel Shiba is likely to go? Do you think it will likely continue to climb as it has? Or do you feel there'll be some sort of rug pull potentially and another meme coin will take its place? Let me know your honest thoughts. Bear the Bull, please let us know more about BIC plans. Are you talking about BRICS when you say BIC? Because when you say BIC, I'm thinking like a lighter or a pen. You feel me? Rock, that ain't going, bro. Lazy Turtle, what's good? Good afternoon, JV. Good afternoon, Lazy. Precise, tell details. A lot of people from Holland are watching. We have the best weave in the world. 100%. When I visited Amsterdam, it was one of my favorite vacations when we went on our family trip to Europe. We spent about a month out there, but only a few days in Amsterdam. But I had a blast just walking up and down. It was amazing. And yeah, just being able to walk into a bar, buy some herb. It was amazing. I missed that. You know what I mean? I wish it was like that everywhere. Yeah, been in the space from 2017, but now buying Bitcoin Cash, says MM. Why are you bullish, particularly on Bitcoin Cash? Please do enlighten me. I'm doing great, lost 15 pounds. Good to hear, Coin Father. Got 20 more to lose, working on getting back into shape, but it's hard with RA. Are you referring to just recovery? I can only imagine. 3 on TV with live chat stream and comment from the phone. Are you serious, Satwise? That's what's up. 10 cans and a wire. Word, whatever it takes. 2 computers and a television. Casting to TV through the phone. So 1 to 2 and 1 and 2. Interesting. That's what's up. Chai put a 2. So you're on a computer or a TV. That's what's up. Garrett put a 1. R. Reg just put a 2. Robert Levy put a 1. Lazy is a 1 on mobile. Safe to say the majority of you on mobile with a handful on a computer. Bart DeBellis. Okay. And obviously, no one in the live chat is struggling to comment, or you wouldn't be commenting today, right? Let me know if that's accurate. Are you a Bitcoin maxi or got some alts? That's an excellent question. From back when I originally got into crypto, I've always been primarily Bitcoin. Even when I had a larger altcoin portfolio, it was still just throwing ballpark out there. I was still like 95% Bitcoin regardless, because just is what it is. I do hold some Ethereum and a few other alts, but my portfolio in comparison to Bitcoin with alts is minuscule. And I'll be honest, I can care less about some of the price action of the alts, even the ones I hold, because in comparison to Bitcoin, it's virtually nothing. So I don't want to throw a number out there, but hypothetically, it could be as much as 99% of my portfolio could be in Bitcoin. I'm just throwing rough estimate out there because I don't stare at my portfolio, and I have some altcoins from back many years ago that I just never, did anything with, that I just still have. Last year, I did convert a big portion of my Ethereum into Bitcoin towards the end of last year, because I felt like this particular cycle that Bitcoin will finally outpace Ethereum. And I put my money where my mouth is. Hence, I traded a big portion of my Ethereum into Bitcoin. So now I'm just majority Bitcoin with very minuscule amount of altcoins. So that's why I'm so focused personally on Bitcoin. Hopefully that answers your question. Maximus says 100% Bitcoin now, plus a little gold and silver. That is what's up. Much respect. Smart CF says Matthew, only Bitcoin is safe. That's how I feel. Like if I was to lose all of my alts tomorrow and the, Ethereum Foundation and the World Economic Forum did something very truly evil, which they have a track record of doing, and Ethereum went to 0 tomorrow, I'm not going to lose any sleep over it, fam, whatsoever. Just saying. A year ago, Kiyosaki wrote on Twitter that Bitcoin is over. No way, did he? Gold's the best asset, etc. Now 180-degree turn. I must have missed that one. I don't recall him saying Bitcoin is over, and I would wonder why he would say that since he's been bullish on Bitcoin for several years now. But nonetheless, I don't know. Heavy metal enthusiasts. Smart move, JV. Ethereum is making lower highs against Bitcoin. I had that feeling, so I'm glad I followed my intuition on that one. One says Kelvin on mobile. I'm also around 95% BTC. That's what's up, Boz Dragon. Garrett Miller, the CPI report is coming tomorrow. What do you anticipate? Being honest, no freaking clue. What do you guys participate? Please do let me know, and I'll read your comments out loud. What do you say there? You know, Bitcoin, gold, and the S&P 500. Word up. I don't own any stocks. I'll be 100. I've never purchased a stock my entire life. Stocks have never interested me. What interested me to get into crypto was a decentralized cryptocurrency by the name of Bitcoin. That's why I became so passionate about it, because I understand on a grand scale, you know what I mean? The powers that be, or forces of evil, or matrix who pulls the strings, you know what I mean? Whoever controls the money supply controls the people, and I didn't want to be controlled by money, right? So I found Bitcoin, and I'm like, wow, incorruptible money, sign me up. And since then, I've never looked back. You know what I mean? I understand the need for it because I was sick and tired of being controlled by central banks and banking institutions. You know what I mean? And as an entrepreneur who has used the internet to build successful businesses over the past decade, my biggest problem I would struggle with, and this is going back like 10 years ago, guess what it was? Merchants. You know what I mean? You would run, for example, you run PayPal, you make a bunch of affiliate sales, and then PayPal freezes your account because it becomes a red flag. Why am I a red flag? What's going on? Oh, there's too many transactions in the past 24 hours, so now we freeze your account for 6 months and you can no longer do business online, right? It's like, are you serious? So Bitcoin solved the problem for me as an entrepreneur. What was that? I didn't need to worry about merchants or PayPals or middlemen not allowing me to conduct my business. You know what I mean? So if I wanted to conduct business, people can pay me directly through Bitcoin, hypothetically. So it solved a real world problem that I struggled with. So I saw it right off the bat. I saw the need for Bitcoin because I did not trust the corrupt banking cartels, you know, which Max has been calling out on blast via the Kaiser report for the past decade or two. So to me, it just made sense. This was here to stay. We needed it. And as long as it couldn't be shut down, which I am fully convinced they cannot shut it down, it's going to always be here. It's perfect money, something I've dreamed of, right? So I thank God for Satoshi. I believe that Bitcoin is God hacking humanity. I truly do believe that. They changed their basket of goods to reflect the numbers they want. 100% manipulation. I agree with you, Matthew. They will cook the books so that they get the numbers they want. 100%. What else is new? You know, rate hikes are almost done, if not done already, says Matthew. Word up. Yes, over 214 people on live. Much love and much respect. Let's keep this baby growing. Just wanted to give you a shout out. Been watching all of your content for a couple of months, and you're definitely the most informative. Thank you. That means a lot. Garrett Miller, much love, much respect. Appreciate that, fam. True CPI is coming down, but not fast enough. For JP, I talk about Jerome Powell, the chairman. That's right. Word up. NSA coin Bitcoin. This is Digital Orgy. Here's a quote from Max. He says something along the lines, regardless, hypothetically, even if Bitcoin was created by the NSA, it doesn't change any of the properties and what it is going to do for this world. So it doesn't matter where it originated from, if Satoshi had anything to do with, the NSA, etc. It still is what it is, which is the bigger picture, and nobody can change that. You know what I mean? Thank you. About 95% Bitcoin. Do you mind sharing your top 3 favorite ways to store it? Is the Trezor safe? Great question, Ursh. Appreciate you sharing that, and congrats on being 95% Bitcoin in your portfolio. Much love, much respect. My go-to wallet, since I got in Bitcoin, as far as hard wallets are concerned, cold storage, Trezor. It's been great to me. It's easy to use, small device, very inexpensive. Anyone can afford it, and it's open source. I trust it, and it's been good to me. And unless there is some sort of phishing attack with, a fake Trezor website, and you give someone your private keys, you're probably not going to get hacked. But then again, stress caution, because if you do something stupid, anything can be hacked. For example, if you're on a phishing website and you think it's legit and they're saying, hey, recovery, you must put in your private keys. which FYI, they would never ask you for like that. Oh my God, I'm so scared. And any exchange can do this as well. In fact, I have a family member who just recently got scammed out of $60,000. They took all of their crypto. A scammer was pretending to be a support from an exchange. Oh, there's an emergency. You need to give us your private keys, and then we'll get in there and fix it, and you'll have access on the exchange. Gone. That ain't getting recovered. You know what I mean? So you just got to be very careful regardless of what you're using. But I do think the Trezor is my personal favorite wallet. You guys let me know what your favorite wallets are. Other wallets, I have used the Ledger, but now I'm no longer recommending it after they introduced this new feature where they take your private key and they separate it and they send it to 3 individual parties, because the creator of the Ledger was being interviewed and they asked, what if the government requests the private keys? What would you do? Well, we would just follow the government request because we're required to follow what the government asks us. And that just scared me. The fact that if the government requested private keys, they have the power and the authority to hand that over to them. I don't like that whatsoever. So because of that reason, I'm no longer recommending the Ledger. You know what I mean? Bitcoin training was good. They flooded in $1 trillion of debt in the past month. You serious? Oh my God. After raising the debt, what's another $1 trillion? I'd store Bitcoin on a cold card. Yeah, that is a great wallet, by the way, but probably a little advanced for a brand new person, but probably even more secure. Well, it is more secure than the Trezor because there's something called air gap technology, which means you can use it without ever having to plug it into your computer. Yeah, it doesn't even need to connect online and you can still use it. That's what makes it so intriguing. And I know there's a lot of other wallet options as well that has similar technologies inside of it as well. I thought it was the libertarian movement, said Digital Orgy. Word up. Spreading the FUD. I still have my Ledger, but it is empty. Hopefully it's empty by choice. Everything cool, brother? Good to hear. Yeah, man, check the debt clock. It is $1 trillion in the last month. Good Lord. Puro, Nano S, word up. That's the Ledger, right? Any price expectations for the next couple of months? Good question. I'd love to see, I think a good, honest target for this year that is reachable, 50,000. More optimistic is returning to an all-time high, 69,000. But I think 50 would be a great target. I feel 40 is a given. I feel once we clearly break above 32.5, there's nothing but thin air between that and 40,000 being the next round resistance. And then naturally, if we hit 40, what's stopping us from hitting 50? But I do think that next year we will see an all-time high. It's the year of the halving, the 4-year cyclical cycle like clockwork, TikTok next block. It is what it is. And then proceeding to halving is when we hit the cycle peak. I think it's likely to be in 2025. That's my guess, considering 2020 was the all-time 2020 was the halving, then 2021 all-time high. We hit 69,000, and the same thing 4 years prior. 2016 was the halving, and then 2017 we hit the $19,900 all-time high, just shy of 20,000. So if history was to repeat, or as they say, rhyme, then I would anticipate next year roughly 6-figure Bitcoin price, and then I would anticipate for the year 2025 somewhere between 200,000 to 300,000 for the peak cycle. That's my thoughts. Let me know what you guys think. Price go up in 2024, 2025. That's a given. Yeah, 100% with you on that. I went by your recommendation and got the Trezor JV. I hope you are right. Me too, Boz. And enjoy the Trezor. I think it's a great wallet. That's what I use stat-wise, although you have a good portion of my portfolio stuck in a Trezor in Bitcoin-only mode with lost passphrase. Yikes. Bullish as what? That's what's up in my DMX voice. They don't hear me, though. Dump, the stock market is in the coming next few months. Well, hasn't the stock market been on an unprecedented bullish run for the past 20, 30 years? So I wouldn't be so bullish on that anymore, especially with all the manipulation and all that. You know what I mean? Commodities will do well, though. Well, Bitcoin is a commodity, isn't it? Boz, I've got a Trezor. All good. So far, no problems, mate. Good stuff. Does the Trezor work with Motorola phones? I don't think the cold wallet is designed to connect to any phone. Like, from my understanding, I've only ever connected it to a computer when you want to send or receive funds. And you don't necessarily need to connect it to a computer to receive funds if you have your address saved somewhere that you know it's not being tampered with. But you do typically need to plug it into a computer if you want to make a transaction. I've never seen anyone use it on a phone. If you guys know something I don't know, please do enlighten me. But from my understanding, I don't think they are designed to connect with phones unless there's some new technology I've never seen yet. I hope we do get a dump in Bitcoin before the ETF stimulus and regulatory clarity in 2024, right? As a great opportunity to be stacking stats on the low. Why not? Bitcoin Trini Trezor, 2 thumbs up. Siskel and Ebert. Word up. Thanks, guys. You're very welcome. Appreciate you tuning in. Appreciate you, interacting here in the live show and all that good stuff that comes along with it. Much love. I'd store Bitcoin on a cold card, Blockstream Jade, or a Trezor in Bitcoin-only software, says Matthew. Word up. Appreciate you sharing there. That is another highly recommended wallet I see often recommended, the Blockstream Jade. So there you have it. Cold card, Blockstream Jade, and Trezor. 3 great recommendations. Sailing, if we don't see eye to eye, that does mean my silence me. Are you in China? What? You guys talking about? Thank you. I'm 95% Bitcoin. Do you mind sharing? Yeah, it is what it is. Garrett rocks. Garrett JV rocks. Thanks, buddy. Shout out to Garrett. Fiddle player, BlackRock ETF coming when? Well, according to Eric Balchunas, the senior ETF officer, he is saying there is a solid 50% chance that the BlackRock spot Bitcoin ETF be approved. But we also have to consider that BlackRock has a track record of 575 to 1 with getting ETFs approved by the SEC, meaning the SEC will rarely tell BlackRock no. Why? Because BlackRock more than likely controls the SEC, as it's the largest financial institution in the world, right? They own a piece of all the major companies, including Standard Chartered. They're the largest shareholder of Standard Chartered Bank, right? Who just made that $120,000 prediction I covered on yesterday's show. Can't make this stuff up. They own a piece of everything. So do you know how powerful that is? So for them to be denied, I'd say not likely. But the question, when? I think it will happen before the Bitcoin halving because they have to address yes or no to the SEC, or the SEC has to say yes or no before the halving. There is a due date for them to respond. And I think we're likely to get the nod. We shall soon see. Is the Trezor T a lot better than the Trezor 1? I guess it's preference. If you like a touch screen and a bigger device, it is what it is. Personally, I like the little original Trezor. I like smaller. I don't like larger. And also, even though I have small hands and small fingers, sometimes those devices, kind of like on a phone, it's hard to hit it. I don't know. It's up to you guys. What's the best way to trade crypto in the United States? Well, look at the top exchanges by trading volume. I believe Coinbase by far is the largest, and then we have Binance US. I would not be trading on Binance US right now with all the uncertainty with the SEC. I'd feel more secure on either Coinbase or Kraken or Gemini. Those probably the top 3 recommended. Non-exchange wise, if you're just looking to only buy Bitcoin, you could do that using the Strike app. You can do that using the Cash app. You can do that using Swan. You probably have a lot of other options as well. That would be my personal recommendation. Well, they find ways to tax Bitcoin, you think? Yeah, they'll find a way to tax the air that you breathe. Guaranteed, fam. Trini, what's good? Would you like to see the SEC clean up crypto, starting with throwing Hoskinson in jail? Oh, that's hilarious. Boz, both are good. The Trezor T is just a little bit more expensive. Yeah. Anyone still use ATM still? ATM as in for cash fiat or ATM for crypto? We're seeing more and more ATMs pop up, especially here, even in Puerto Rico where I live. All the local gas stations are starting to get Bitcoin ATMs. I'm like, yeah, let's go. Good stuff. Sign of the times. Swan and Kraken are recommended by Satwise Jenks. Excellent recommendations. Kraken is an OG crypto exchange, and Swan has much respect. They only sell Bitcoin. It's pretty simple to use. And you could also set up daily buys and stuff like that. JV, I just found your show a little over a month ago. Loving it. Keep up the good work. Thank you, MK. I'm still stacking. Appreciate that greatly. Thank you. Yes, stuff. Fiat to crypto. Word up, Adam Wild. Yeah, Swan is my go-to, says the Coin Father. So there you have it. A lot of people here using Swan to purchase Bitcoin. Maybe Swan should become a sponsor of the show. Wouldn't that be something? Trini, Ewan, Sapararia, or Tunapuna. I don't even know where these locations are. Satoshi Brokimoto. They will find ways to, yeah, I mean, tax is inevitable. Auto buy and transfer to the cold card. Word up. That's what's up. Michael TA was good. Anyways, fam, it doesn't look like we're going to hit 31,000 any minute soon. So let me wrap up with a recap what I covered with you here in today's show. G Dumpling says, why buy Bitcoin at 29 when you could buy it at 36? 30,000. Yeah, why not? Anyways, fam, here we go. In today's show, I covered the latest technical analysis as the Bitcoin fake out repeats, as the Bitcoin price spiked to 31,000. We also discuss breaking news of Jack Dorsey's block to launch a complete set of Bitcoin mining hardware and software by early next year, as well as $7.2 trillion asset manager Vanguard now owns $560 million worth of Bitcoin mining stock split between Riot and Marathon. We also discuss Bitcoin exchanges now hold the same Bitcoin supply share as in late 2017. Can you say supply shock? We also discuss BlackRock Bitcoin ETF could unlock $30 trillion worth of wealth, according to Bloomberg senior analyst Eric Balchunas. We also discuss macro guru Raoul predicts a new all-time high for Ethereum this year in 2023, ultimately meaning he says Ethereum price will ultimately exceed $5,000 as the weakening dollar will continue to boost crypto. We also discuss BRICS planning to replace the US dollar with a new trading currency backed by gold, according to their latest report, as well as rich dad Robert Kiyosaki says the Bitcoin will explode to $120,000 next year in 2024 and that the US dollar will die. But where do you feel the Bitcoin price is likely to go next?